And our vision, apart from saying that we believe football can thrive. We believe football can add to the Nigerian economy. All what we need is government to give us the continuing support. And the government has been very massive in terms of support. That I can tell you.
Okay,
excellent. The government has been excellent. So when you hear that we don't owe this, we don't owe that, please trust me, thanks to the government. That I can tell you for free.
Now, there was a time the conversation was like we need to get the government to back up football because most of the local clubs are owned by the states.
Yeah.
How is that playing out now?
Yeah, we are looking at that in two prongs. One, in our last executive committee meeting, the chairman of the marketing sponsorship activity, right, Shehu Diko, presented a memo to the executive committee, and our vision, like he said, our vision for self-funding. It came out, and our budget in a year is about between 5.5 to 6 billion. As I speak to you, the NFF is doing about 3.5 through corporate sponsorship, considering where we are coming from almost zero. Now, within the next 2 years, our target is to have 1.5 years, rather, because we are talking to 3 major companies right now. And once they accede to our request, we'll tell government, thank you very much. Government can action our resources. I can say it very boldly. I can tell you 100%, within the next 1.5 years, we don't need government funding.
No, is this for this?
No. Listen, regarding our programs, because the truth is, what we are doing with government is to create that enabling environment for football activity to thrive. Yeah, we might need intervention here or there, when sponsors are not living up to their responsibility. It's done globally. But at the moment, our vision is to take football out of government. Even at the state levels, what we're also doing is talking to the state government. Let them set up, let them, partner with companies to take over the running of these various clubs. Because once that is done, because these clubs, to me, can be better run when there are other private sponsorship, when there are other private ownership, Because look at it, the only clubs that are privately run are run very well. Ownership, like MFM, for example, SV Fayuba. We want other clubs. Even insurance. Insurance, the name insurance is a Bendel Insurance. It's a company. Of course, the government can isolate itself and push the insurance company to take over. Because it's difficult for us to develop infrastructure. So government can own 20% at stake on the stake of in all these clubs. And that 20%, which can be their stadium, can now be converted as equity, pending when these clubs can. What we are looking for in Nigeria was all these clubs to have traditions. Just imagine if Abiola Babes were still existing, if Leventis United were still existing, if Flash Flamingos, Bender United, all these Spartans of Owerri, which of course today is Heartland, Falcons of Aba is today Eyimba, Raka Rovers of Kanu, if they were still existing, Nigeria will be winning the Champions League. That I can assure you. We need clubs with rich tradition. We need clubs with rich pedigree. And that is exactly where we are headed. It's not just saying we want clubs, government. For example, every government has their idiosyncrasies when it comes to their manifesto. Some believe they want to develop infrastructure. Some also believe that we want to develop sporting activities. Some believe that we can do this. For example, a Rangers football club. The governor cannot because of the tradition. But also, the governor can also, like what he was going to do, I think I was in Enugu about a year and a half ago, and I saw what they are trying to do. Trying to get government out of Rangers, take it to the people, take it to various companies, and let it run from there. Because let me tell you the difference. If a governor leaves today, and a new governor comes in, he might not believe in football. He might believe that we are just pumping money, we are not getting anything in return. So based on that, his mentality, instead of pumping money into this football club, there are a lot of clubs that governor leaves and the clubs die. I don't want to mention any of those clubs. But all those are things we want to make sure we get off our back.
Now, one of the former player to the Super Eagles who talked about the feeding into the national team from the local teams. He says it can be better than what it is now. This dream or this vision of yours, do you think it would tie into that? And considering the fact that you're almost out, would this continue?
Of course, you said I'm almost out.
There's an election coming up. Okay, let me ask you.
No, listen. It's a process. Every administration is a continuum. So that's the truth. But that I can tell you, our vision is not, you can't just wake up and say you want to develop this to this level. You must have a vision, and you must have people thinking up with your vision. For example, that's why I always give kudos to the executive committee of the NFF. All these visions that I have, that Shehu, we all have, if they do not give their accent, trust me, it will pale into oblivion. Even the Congress of Nigerian World Federation, if you work in a setting where you need approvals and you have your vision and you don't have the approvals, there's no way your vision will come to reality. So that's why always I must say kudos to the executive committee. From the beginning, we've taken a lot of risk. Even bringing Genotra was a major risk people thought we took. But today the result is different. Getting to the CAF Executive Committee, of course, people thought it was a risk. But today is a different ballgame. But as a human being, you must always try to venture.
That human capacity that you're talking about, how is it going to work out in this whole plan of yours? Because the plan that you have for Nigerian football as a whole, because if you have this roadmap that you're talking about, one wonders the capacity to have expatriates also play a part of it. As you know, it's a global village. What plans, do you have categorical plans? Say, for instance, you're having football administrators that are coming from outside the country to be part of this?
Yeah, you see, we have, the beauty about Nigeria now is that we have global acceptability. You know, Nigeria, I can tell you emphatically that we are now placed in global reckoning in football administration. In Nigeria, is the only African member in the FIFA Ethics Committee. In Nigeria is the president of CAF Appeals Committee. So because of that, we have relationship globally. And when we call on them, they're always ready to come. I give you an example. In our last NFF Awards, you could see the global picture. It's the first time that you see the CAF president, the FIFA president, and everybody attending. In the next NFF Award in January, I can tell you, take it home. We have the president of UEFA who has told me, he's the president of my committee in FIFA, that he will definitely come and attend. So we are building, the president of UEFA is not just coming to Nigeria to say because he's coming to NFF. He knows the contribution of Nigeria to UEFA through the Champions League. And indeed, we want to pay something back to Nigeria. And beyond that, if you look at the initial period that we came in, we went on capacity building in England for our referees. We took about 40 referees to England. We took about 30 coaches, including Florence Amagbemi and Chejina. They eventually won the AFCON 2 years ago. They were part of it. We took even administrators for them to see football administration at the grassroots. So their capacity, we've been able to build their capacity to an appreciable level. We can take it higher. Our vision is clear in Nigerian football, taking it to the next level.